What's good, y'all? My name is Key. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are getting ready to see Meg Thee Stallion. We're seeing Meg Thee Stallion in her hometown. The Houston Hotties, we finna turn up tonight. I got me a little sangria mix and we just finna get cute, okay? I'm charging my phone because, baby, why are we on 29%? That's crazy. I just be living life on the edge, okay? But we finna get into it. And in fact, but yes, we're finna get into the look for today. I'm super excited because I haven't really done an eyeshadow look in a while. And I had to pick up my oldie but goodie, Violet Voss. If you was there in 2016, you know what's going on. You know what I'm finna do. You know how it's finna come. So let's get cute. I just want to say, when I think about Megan Thee Stallion and her resilience, I'm of the big belief that women, people, black people in particular, should not have to have this like grit of resilience. Like, I know that we do because we were stolen from our homeland. If you don't know already, hold on. If you don't know already, there's a kente head that flies over my head at all times. And then there's sometimes where it like lands on my forehead and my eyes beam up. It's like it flies over my head like it's a halo. I know that we're new to the YouTube thing, so let me let you get to know me a little bit. My name is Keelan. Key like your car keys. Key is just perfectly fine if Keelan is too much. I struggle to understand why sometimes Keelan is too much, but you know, I'm sympathetic to the reality that some people just can't get it right. I had to move to Houston to hold more space for the K because someone broke it down to me and was like, oh, I'm from Louisiana and K, like that's just kind of how they say stuff or whatever. So once they said that to me, I was like, you know what? I'm holding more space. And then also I'm Puerto Rican. And so with that, when I get Kaylin, I get that. I understand that because like Reyes. So I get it. I hold a little bit more space for it. I'm taking the Paint Pot Soft Ochre. And we just gonna line out up underneath the brow and across the lid because I want this base to be as smooth as possible. But yes, get to know me, your favorite and local Houston hottie. So I'm also a healing hottie. Hear me out. So I'm in the process of changing my career. I loved social justice, like being in college, working in a cultural center, being a part of movements that advocate for our people. Love. I went to one march, realized I'm not the marching social justice people. I've had an experience where a police officer mishandled me and pulled his gun out. And so I do not rock with them like that. Are all police bad? No. That's not the point. Anyways, I have lived experience of that, and you know, advocating for our people, I realized I had to change my strategy. I'm not the front lines girls. Changing my strategy eventually started looking like working in social justice, and by working in social justice, I worked for companies that alleged that they wanted to advance equity in marginalized communities. Notice I said alleged because in fact they were not doing so, but that's for another time. After doing social justice work and realizing like, yo, people are really, you know, hopping on this trend because it's profitable, white guilt is eating them up. That's where all these contracts and investments are coming from. And y'all was there, y'all saw when people were turning up summer 20 because there were some more lives lost senselessly. Every couple years, like there's a resurgence of how DEI work will be rebranded. And so now, of course, it's 2024, the white guilt has passed. And people aren't really that charged to make that investment anymore. So then you started seeing people who said that they were investing in it start laying off. They laying off their DEI team. Having worked in nonprofits for a number of years, we have this saying: you show me where your budget is or what your budget is, I can show you where your priorities are. And so, of course, people started laying off. I don't even know if we're really in a recession yet, because at what point do they really even acknowledge the recession? Because I remember when I was in middle school, there was a recession, but it felt like widely known. I just feel like they're trying to not say that because it's an election year, but that's neither here nor there as well. But either way, so I'm changing my career from being in social justice, doing like programming and like nonprofit work, to become a therapist. And when I tell you, by far, this is the most aligned work that I've ever done. And it's so crazy to me because I always wanted to be a therapist, but I never had the courage, or I always felt like I'm too broken. Like I've ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, we could check them off, baby. We could check them off. And for me, I just felt like, how am I supposed to help somebody if I'm broken? And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the people that got me in therapy, that supported me on my journey, because therapy saved my life, especially as someone who was contemplating suicide and still struggles with like passive suicidal ideation. Therapy really changed my life and helped me see that there was more to come. There was more to be of life. And when I was thinking about, okay, what do I really like about the job that I was doing? Like, what were the elements that I missed? Also, okay, so we're a 4-6 manifesting generator, neuro spicy. I used to own a dance studio. Hear me out, because it's starting to get all over the place, and I should have had a script, but we're just gonna talk today because it's a hot girl summer, and we're healing hotties. We're hotties who are outside, and I just feel like Megan would appreciate somebody openly talking about their mental health, because she has given us hits after hits and talking about mental health. So, anyways, I used to own a dance studio, and I did that after getting my master's degree the first time. Yes, I'm getting my second one. Yes, I'm getting my second master's degree. Why? Because I want to change careers. I want to be a therapist, and being a life coach just wasn't enough for me. And ethically, because I'm a Libra moon, I'm also an Astro girly. You got to keep up. You got to keep up. Also, because I'm a Libra moon, the ethics around coaching just felt so blurry for me. I had a lot of respect for the field as an outsider. I honored the work that they did. I knew that there was so much more to it than just talking to people. And it did not feel right to me to rely on some online program to get me started in a coaching program. Especially when we think about sustainable behavior change. And this is likely, my public health brain coming up. But when we think about sustainable behavior change, if I'm just kind of pacifying the issue and helping them, quote unquote, get to their goal as a life coach, but never really addressing what happened and how that's impairing them from getting to their goal or showing up in certain ways, like if we're going backwards and that's going to be a core part of my strategy, then I need to go back to school. And I hate school. Another thing, I hate school, but I'm going to get my doctorate. I hate school, but I got a 3.96 in my program. I hate school because I hate doing this academic dance. Like, the more prim, proper, and studious I sound, the more respect I am deserving of. And I see myself as a scientist by nature, social scientist by nature, but I hate the idea that if I write the way I talk, then that deems me as not scholarly. I hate the idea that, certain institutions will lend you to be more successful as a researcher than others because of systemic racism. I just don't want to do the dance. You know what I mean? even down to like getting this master's degree from an HBCU on purpose because I wanted to learn with professors with lived experience of what it's like to counsel Black people and be a Black person in America, because counseling in and of itself is inherently white. Like these ideas and strategies and modalities, a lot of them are rooted in whiteness. They were tested on white people. They don't always have the cultural competency and accommodations that are needed for people with lived experience of racial trauma. And it just feels like the best job in the world. And I know that I'm an intern. And shout out to me for advocating and understanding that, yes, I might be an intern, but I'm also very much a businesswoman, entrepreneur, and I know my stuff. Because I was able to negotiate pay with my internship, and the pay for the first semester is not as good as the pay that we're working for over the summer. But like, I'm intentionally playing the long game because I also believe that relationships are important, and really I'm keeping my head down to graduation. Like, I'm just trying to make it to graduation, even if I quote unquote could make more and could be asking for more. I'm really playing a long game when it comes to relationships because I feel like being in the community with the right people is going to get me further than, just asking for money just because I can. I just want to continue to build my skill set. Like, I really like what I'm doing. It comes mostly easy to me, even down in understanding the concepts, how to apply them. Like, there has not been much about my program that has had me like, I don't understand. And it shows. It shows in my grades. And so I'm thankful that obtaining this degree, that's peso. Hey, say hey peso, child. I'm thankful that in obtaining this degree, it has been a really, really pleasant, I don't know, academic experience. However, the challenges of HBCUs are so real, and I'm not even ready to talk about it because when I do talk about it, I want to be able to speak from it in a constructive way, and I don't think that I can do that right now because I ride for my HBCUs. However, comma. And that's why I gotta wait to talk about it because that however comma right now is super spicy. I think I gotta create some distance from my real life experience in the program to be ready to talk about it. So that might be like a post graduation little sit down. So being at an HBCU, it is harder in the sense of recognizing the infrastructure differences from my experience at a PWI. But regardless of what, the content in and of itself has been an incredible and validating learning experience. And I would even go as far as to say, like, public health gave me a lot of these concepts and introductions to these concepts. And I think that's why all the social sciences, like, we could all go to the same family reunion. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of what, I'm changing my career. I'm also in my Saturn return. I'm an astro girly through and through. Astrology helped fill in the gaps where religion could not. Like, when I was struggling with depression in college, like, I was praying, I was going to church, I was tithing, I was doing the things, I was following the word, like, I was doing the things, and it still wasn't. I'm taking a deeper color just to bring out some depth a little bit. But I was doing the things and I still wasn't feeling any better. And I was in therapy too, but I'm somebody that likes to know the why. Call it a neurospicy thing. I really don't even get into the online shenanigans when it comes to self-diagnosing. I believe it's important because when you can leverage somebody's own perception of themselves, like, that's a powerful way to navigate in the therapy space, narrative therapy in and of itself. But I personally just don't subscribe or oblige to what pop social media is saying about this diagnosis, that diagnosis, and so on and so forth. So I say all that to say, but yeah, when I think about like how at the time I was struggling with my mental health, I didn't see the light. Like, I was not getting it. It was not picking up for me. Astrology filled in the gaps for a possible why. And if anything, it made my relationship with God even stronger. And so I personally don't subscribe to the belief. I'm more spiritual than anything else, but I don't subscribe to the belief that anything that is not the church is demonic. That is so far from the truth for me. And I'm also an 8th house Pisces stellium. That naturally in and of itself says I'm gonna be into some of the other stuff. That just naturally in and of itself says you can find Keelan playing with rocks, aka crystals. And you can also find Keelan as a part of a sorority. I don't understand why the girls feel inclined to not only denounce but also mess up the like perpetuity or intellectual property. But I'm so glad I'm an AKA that joined via grad chapter. I also plan to talk about that at another juncture. And I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast having joined at grad chapter. I mean via grad chapter. I'm so glad that Delta, because I got love for the D9. Do I think my sorority is the best in the world? Of course, I'm supposed to. But do I have love for what we do as a collective? Yes. So I say that to say I'm glad that Delta put out a notice that said, denounce all you want, but sharing our intellectual property on the internet is going to get you sued. I like that. And I hope our Boulay is in Dallas this year. And I definitely want to pull up for the vibes. I want to pull up for the vibes. That's my plan too. Brownish shade just to kind of smooth this out so it's not so harsh. I also don't care to be too perfect. When I was picking out my outfit, I was stressing out a little bit. And I was like, you know what? Megan wouldn't want that for me. She wouldn't want me stressed about what I'm going to wear to her concert. She would just want me to be ready to turn up and shake some ass. And so that's what I'm going to do. Now, do I love my outfit? Now that I found me something that I love down? Yes. I say all that to say, we're going to get this YouTube video done. Me and my homegirl, we have been stalling, overthinking, doing all the things when it comes to YouTube. And earlier this week, I was like, we need to post at least a 10-15 minute video. And we agreed. Right now my footage is about 21%, so it might be a long and chatty, but we're gonna get it done type of video. But yeah, so I'm in the process of changing my career. Counseling is one of the best things that I've ever done. I'm transitioning away from formal programming and social justice work. Look at these lashes, y'all. They got colors on them. I'm gonna wear the orange ones. Dang, y'all package these up. I am changing my career. I'm in my Saturn return. I am a spiritual girly that loves Jesus. I didn't grow up in the church, but shout out to my first stepmom, the only stepmom that I really will acknowledge. This is the Sephora lash glue. I'm not even gonna hold you. I am a little nervous to use it, but I could not find my go-to kiss. So I'm hopeful that Sephora be holding the girls down, even though I don't work there no more. I've had many different lives. If you think of Keke Palmer and like all of a sudden, why are you in a girl group? And you questioning it, like Keke Palmer has done so many different things. I see myself in her a lot because same. I've had many lives and I ain't even been here that long for real. I just turned 30. Shout out to the 30 somethings trying to figure it out. Shout out to the 30 somethings trying to change their career. Shout out to the 30 somethings or the girls and guys and theys and thems. To the folks, to the humans. I'm really trying to get the glue, the right kind of consistency across the lash band. Because when I tell you, no problems, I don't want none. I want my lash to stick. The way it's clumping up a little bit, we might have did something. How do I stay on track, child? I'm gonna need to use this monitor for talking points. I'm really gonna have to use my time in communications classes, beginning, middle, and end. I'm really gonna have to tap back in. Doing eyeliner stresses me out so bad. So bad. Alright, so eyeliner is on, and I'm still not convinced that the lash glue is done drying. So I am going to make my brows a little bit more pronounced. I got them micro shaded bladed when I first moved here, and they still look pretty good. Anytime I feel like my brow get lost, it's likely because I haven't tweezed or done anything to the hair that's outside of the line. But once I get back to doing that, they look good. And I remember wanting them to be a little bit more, I'm not tripping, bro. What was that about, girl? If you didn't want to be in community with us, you could have just said that. And did I mess up the fucking pen biting into it? Oh. I do like to bring the front of my brow a little bit closer. See the difference? Let's put the lash on. Let's see what's going on here. But the look is eating. Ooh, the look is eating. Hold on, let me go get my iPad charger, child, because everything want to die. Let's just do the best we can. It looks decent on camera, so let's roll with it, because we're going to post this video, damn it. Maybe there'll be 2 videos. Maybe there'll be 2 videos. I'm feeling chatty, but I just feel called to say, if you are interested in watching somebody really figure it out by doing full on, we're gonna remember her in the beginning because we're gonna make this a thing to the end, then like, comment, and subscribe. I'm definitely gonna make that a second video. I'm in the process of editing it, and I thought, why not pop in? I'm recording on like the photo booth from the computer, but why not pop in with a little word? I'm so committed to trying to make this work for me. And if you want to be a part of the journey in doing that, like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video.